A week ago, everyone freaked out after Apple cut its guidance for this current quarter and gave you its first ever decline in iPhone sales. But after getting a chance to talk with CEO Tim Cook last night, maybe the recent sell-off's a bit of an overreaction. First of all, everybody acts like Apple is merely a cell phone maker, which the truth is it's so much more than that. This company has transformed the way we live in so many different ways. Just look at this clip from one of the commercials Apple was running in April for Autism Awareness Month.
So many people can't understand that I have a mind. All they see is a person who is not in control. But now you can hear me. The iPad helps me to see not only my words, but to hold on to my thoughts.
That's right. As Tim Cook told us, his company can give someone with autism a voice. Look, I realize you can't put a price on this kind of thing. But I think this is a powerful example of why Apple's not simply going to peak and fade away, as so many of the bears seem to be assuming at this point. This is a fabulous company that's hit a short-term speed bump. And when you factor in the new small-form iPhone SE, which I think is probably surprising in sales, not to mention the iPhone 7 coming out later this year, I have to believe Apple's future is actually a lot brighter than people think, especially the analysts always seem to have one foot out the door, and really now it's like 1.5. So check out the rest of our interview from last night with Apple CEO, the terrific Tim Cook. We're here with Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. What does the Tim Cook Apple stand for?
You know, Apple has always stood for building the best products on earth that enrich people's lives. And whether it was Steve's Apple or I don't view it as my Apple today.
Okay,
I'm the CEO of it. But that is what we're about. And so we want to change the world through our products. And we produce products that give the people ability to do things that they couldn't do before. And in doing so, we help change things. We also try to do things, we conduct business in a way that is right and just. What does that mean for us? It means we care deeply about the environment, about how we make our products, about the amount of energy they use, about using renewable energy for our company. We care about human rights, and so we stand up for people's rights. We care about privacy. That led us into this recent conflict. And so these things are how we conduct ourselves. We care deeply about our employees, and so we've given our employees we've made them shareholders in the company. Okay. This was really important for us to do. And so I think all of these things help us stand for something. And I think that's what people want.
And is that what you're most proud of? Is there initiative, is a thought process? Because I know that you want to make the best product, but I know you also think beyond that. Yeah. One of the things that we've been talking about is health. This device is about saving lives as well as telling time. New field versus just, say, the TV or the connected car.
Yeah. I'm most proud of the products that Apple makes that give our customers things to the ability to do things they couldn't have done. The autistic kid that's given a voice. I mean, these things light me up and make me excited. The kids in the classroom who all of a sudden are delivered into, are being able to communicate in a digital way and learn faster, learn more. The artist that's able to express themselves more. The grandmother who's able to communicate across FaceTime with her grandkids who she can't visit because they're 1,000 miles away. The person who's connected to a wedding that couldn't be in the wedding, but they're now connected via FaceTime. All of these things excite me because they're bringing out the best in people. And, you know, we're about empowering people.
Do you think that we are at a moment where politicians don't get that? I mean, for instance, if you understand that ethos that you just laid out, then you wouldn't be like Donald Trump, who's a nominee for the Republican Party, saying they got to make the product here, or Bernie Sanders talking about how corporations are destroying the moral fabric. These seem to have nothing to do with what you just talked about.
Yeah, I think government in general has gotten quite dysfunctional in the U.S. and in some other countries as well. And so what that does, I believe, is put more responsibility on the everyday citizen and companies to help promote change and improving things. And I don't mean to play a government role, but it's not just government who can change things. All of us are responsible for changing.
But if you inject yourself in that
environment.
debate, and I'm with the government, and I want to break open a phone, I'll say, listen, you're creating an atmosphere of politics. Here's some politics for you. I open the phone. I don't care about your people's privacy because you're coming in and telling us how to do our business.
Yeah, here's what happened there, though. We didn't tell them. We've always worked with law enforcement. If they had a valid warrant, we would give them the information we had. We did that in the case that you're referencing. The thing that was different was they asked us to create a product that we don't have, and we believed in doing so, it would put millions of people at risk. And so that was a bridge we thought we shouldn't cross that was not good for America. And so we stood up and we said, we're not going to do this. And so they decided they would sue. And subsequently, right before the hearing, dropped pursuit of that. And so I think that when you're approached like this, you have to stand up for what you believe in. And regardless of whether it's the government or someone else, and you have to exercise the system, and then you have to have the faith that the system will will decide the right answer. And so now I'm hoping, we never thought this belonged in court. Mm-hmm. We always thought it belonged in a discussion where the different groups were represented, from intelligence to law enforcement to civil liberties to technology. And because this is a complicated issue, it's not a soundbite issue. And I'm hoping that that will occur. And that the courts, the exercising the courts is a matter of history, not something that will happen again.
Finally, just because I care about your legacy, you obviously care about your legacy. Who do you admire? Who do you want to be like? Both, and don't limit it to the people who run X company. I mean, is it Jefferson? Is it Lincoln? Is it some great inventor? Is it Ben Franklin? Who do you admire?
Well, I had incredible love and respect for Steve. And I think there has never been anyone like him, and believe his contributions and gifts to the world were unbelievable. I also deeply admire people who fought and for human rights and would push humanity forward. And the people that I think of when I say that are Bobby Kennedy and Dr. King. These people ultimately risk everything, including their lives, to push people forward so that everyone could be included. They were all about inclusiveness. And I'm a great believer in inclusiveness. And so I have always respected them and believe that we need more people in the world with that kind of view.
Let's leave it like that. Yeah. That's Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.